This is Stellar Aerospace, a personal engineering project to build, test, and launch some of the most advanced water rockets ever built. Now, you may be asking yourself, why water rockets? And that is a fair question. After all, they're less efficient, impractical, and they come with many challenges and trade-offs. But that's exactly why I chose them. In the amateur rocketry field, most people fly solid or pyro rockets. Especially at this scale, they're quite simple. Usually a tube, a nose cone, some fins, and a hobby rocket motor. Now, obviously, some people are taking these concepts a lot further than that, but typically, most in the low-power rocketry field are building pretty simple rockets. To me, the challenges that water rockets present, such as pressure sealing, parachute deployment, or launch pad construction, allow me to problem solve and engineer more than I can with solid rockets, at least for now. With that out of the way, let's go over a bit of history of this project. It all started with Phoenix, a 2-foot tall rocket derived from a Stratofins kit. This was my first step into the field of water rocketry, and the more times I flew, the more invested I became. Phoenix flew over 60 flights, demonstrating stability, payload capability, and an early parachute deployment technique, although that had a number of issues. After about 2 years of that, I wanted to advance beyond what that rocket would allow me, so I built the first XO-1 rocket. The first build, PN-1, only flew once in a Block 1 configuration, meaning it used one pressure chamber. That rocket taught me a lot of lessons, and I realized that I needed to advance my knowledge at a smaller scale before I could begin flying more complicated rockets. So, I started the test article program. TA-2 was the first rocket to fly under that title, followed by TA-3, 3.1, 3.2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. These smaller rockets taught me about ideal proportions, fins, recovery systems, and even allowed me to develop a completely new launch pad. After that, I wanted to join the Model Rocket Landing Club, and so I began construction on Nexus. Nexus 1 first flew in May of 2024, and it took 3 flights to even achieve a landing burn, so I moved to Nexus 2. This rocket flew 6 times, completing its first successful landing on its 5th flight in October of 2024. Alongside Nexus, I was also focused on building a new XO-1 rocket, BN-2. I flew a few test flights of a subscale demonstrator called TA/X, and XO-1 Block 2 finally took off in August of 2024, with its first flight being a complete success. 1 year prior, I had decided I wanted to fly a 2-stage water rocket, which, by the way, is probably the hardest project I have ever worked on, harder than even landing a rocket. This rocket was called Skylark 1. It didn't fly in 2023, it didn't fly in 2024, but it finally flew this year, 2025, a full 2 years after it was supposed to. Yeah. Anyways, the first flight of that rocket failed because of the staging system, so I rebuilt, and the second flight partially failed because of the staging system, so I redesigned the staging system from the ground up, and finally, on the third flight, the rocket worked as planned. I was beginning to burn out badly towards the end of that project, so I've put it on hold for now to work on other things. Next up, Nexus 2 will fly again this fall to test landing profiles and help develop the design of Nexus 3, which should be coming next year. I'll also probably fly XO-1 at least once in its Block 3 configuration to test performance. Over the winter, I'm going to focus on expanding my knowledge of software and avionics engineering ahead of an exciting program that I won't talk too much about right now called Centauri coming in 2026. Lots of exciting things are coming soon, and I will post videos here as progress is made. I hope you like this new form of narrated content too, because as I focus this channel more on Stellar Aerospace, I will be doing a lot more of it. And I hope that this video helped you understand what SAS is a little bit more so that you can recognize what I'm talking about in the future videos. See you in the next one!